Let's move along with our lesson this morning. We're now going to put up the professions that we want to focus on this morning, and of course the tattoo artist will be one of them, given that we spent some time discussing that as well. So here we have the names of the professions, so take us through it, Doc.
Right. Now, it's quite interesting because one or two words in these the audience and yourself might know, so that you add R at the end to create the profession from the fabric or the material that the person would work into something useful to the human civilization. So sonar is gold, add an R, they get sonar. Loha is iron, add an R, they get lohar. So sonar is a goldsmith, lohar is a blacksmith. Charm is leather, and when you add R, you get chamar, as well as the last one is lakri, and you add lakarhar, means a woodsman. So I think two of the important ones here, two that everybody would recognize would be sonar and chamar, but they don't see it as professions per se, they call it caste. And again, this is a reflection of how professions actually over time determine what your social status is.
And I was going there because from the time I saw chamar, that rang a bell from many years ago when you would hear the discussions with the older folks and so on, saying that this one is a chamar, and they didn't say it in a very nice way. And does that have to do with the social status associated with being a cobbler, being a chamar in that sense?
Okay, so you have to understand why practices were done, right? Now, remember, of those professions, a chamar is actually working with dead animal tissue. And dead animal tissue predisposes to infection in a pandemic now. So that's kind of more in the front of our minds. And the wife of a chamine is called a chamar is called a chamine. And a chamine would be the midwife in the village. And remember, a midwife have to be sterile in the context of a newborn baby. The immune system cannot fend off all infections. So you have to have that period while it matures where there's sterility. So again, it talks about on COVID-19, we're going back to here, interaction of human beings causing the spread of infection. So you tend to find that certain professions that would predispose to that, well, you tend to interact with them less, and this concept of untouchable comes into the mix. So again, why I always say the purpose outlives the tradition or the ritual. So everything we do would have started with some sort of social reason behind it, health reason, public health reason, but over time it sticks and the context is completely gone, but we still stick to the tradition because it's well, the old people used to do that.
I hear you on that, because sometimes we say things and we use expressions and we have no idea where they come from or what the context is, and sometimes use it inappropriately as well without fully appreciating all of those different issues that are tied into it, because the string or the thread goes back a long way.